Welcome to Not Advised, the fantasy football podcast not based on research. So if you lose, don't blame us. But if you win, we're definitely taking credit. Hey guys, it's Matt. But this week is not about me. It's about Raymond, who belt to ass whooped me in Dynasty this week and is the champion. Must feel good, Raymond.
Hey, shout out Brock Purdy. Shout out Bijan Robinson. Shout out Trey McBride. Literally couldn't have done it without him.
Not shouting out Justin Jefferson.
So yeah, shout out CJ for not trading me Justin Jefferson. He went with Matt's trade, and that pretty much won me the championship.
I'm CJ. I'm a two-time fantasy football champion, 2021 and now 2025. Never thought I'd see the day.
My name is JD, and I am a 2025 champion. I don't know how many I've actually ever won. It's probably only ever been one, but I went from last to first.
Let's go. That feels good.
Yeah.
That feels real good.
Yeah.
Matt knows something about that. He just didn't get the championship.
Yeah, I was so close to joining you there because I was second to last year, and then I finished in second. So we technically had the same exact trajectory there. You know, you went from last to first, and I went from second to last to second. So yeah, I guess it works out. But it sucks to be the only one on this podcast right now not winning a championship this year.
Maybe we should change it to Take Our Advice podcast.
Maybe.
But yeah, maybe take our advice.
Yeah.
Are y'all gonna buy any like mementos for the championship? Like I'm gonna probably get a Brock Purdy jersey.
I'm thinking about a Chase Brown jersey.
I probably won't.
At least you're honest about it. Yeah.
Just take my money.
Well, listen, one of the leagues we're in is our 12 Angry Men League. It's been a league that me, CJ, and Raymond have been in for a little while now.
5 years.
And we just had one person drop out. We were looking to possibly bring in JD, but instead I think I want to start the Not Advised Football League. And I would love help from all of our listeners on any rules or fun stuff to add. Let us know in the comments. And if you live in the Pensacola area, let us know. We might see if we can get you on a spot. Let's talk about fantasy this year, guys. Do you think this year was tough for y'all, or do you think you became a better manager this season?
Listen, you've heard me 9 weeks in a row, I think it was. Take the L. And I still didn't finish last. You know, the people in the 12 a.m. league are still dogging on me for all the awful trades I made. But I didn't finish last, so that's a win for me.
I was close to finishing last, but I eked out a victory. I think it came in second to last, so 11th.
How do you end up doing that? Who do you draft to make you finish 11th, Raymond?
I didn't draft a single running back.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
My
I do
running back
remember that.
ones were Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah,
So-
that bum.
Yeah, I completely
That's
botched the
rough.
draft. I mean, I started off okay. I drafted Amon Rob, Josh Allen, and then George Kittle got hurt, of course.
Oof.
But can't win like that.
Yeah.
You know, I actually felt like I got better as a manager. I feel like this year in fantasy football, a lot of people, I'm not going to speak for you guys, but a lot of people in a lot of the leagues I was in were very, very hesitant to trade. And I kind of learned from prior mistakes in the past. I was actually really happy with my draft this year. And like I drafted really well and I strategized with who I actually wanted to get. And almost every single one of my sleepers hit, with the exception of a few. And I think that was basically kind of why I won. And then I picked up like Trevor Lawrence and like off the waiver wire, which essentially helped me win my championship and get me through the playoffs. But I think I learned more valuable lessons this year by strategizing my tiers the way I wanted them to. And then I think being in my fourth year of doing a salary cap, I really learned how and where to spend my money. So like those ended up paying off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know a lot of people will say that you can't win the league in the draft, but especially if you have people who won't trade, the draft is so important, right?
Mhm.
Other than that, all you're really doing is playing the waiver wire all year, which is super important. And I feel like people put a lot of emphasis on checking the waiver wire and everything like that. Somebody who's really good about it is Raymond. Man lives on the waiver wire. It's partially, I think, the reason that he's won the Dynasty League back-to-back years is because of his activity on the waiver wire.
Sam
Now,
Darnold.
do you guys have a free agent budget in your waiver wire?
Yeah.
Did you use every dollar, Raymond?
Second Daniel Jones got dropped this offseason. I spent every dollar I had on him. I got clowned for it. People are like, oh my God, why would you do that?
Yeah. He won you the first 7 games.
Yeah, well, also, you're acting like you automatically knew he was starting. No one had any idea what was going to happen with that quarterback room, by the way. You just picked him up because of the name.
So
That's what you're supposed to do.
I've been a big Danny Dimes guy. I picked him up because even if he has a 50% chance at starting, he needs to be rostered. I don't understand why the guy would have dropped him. Did the same thing with Sam Darnold 2 years ago. Who's next year? I already got Matt Jones on my team. I got him from CJ. That's who I'm predicting.
I will say that the guy that complained about not having quarterbacks on his team was the guy that dropped Daniel Jones, which is kind of funny.
Because he dropped Daniel Jones, I was able to trade him for a quarterback, Sam Darnold, to get Bijan Robinson to help win me the league.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's
it's all from the waiver wire.
All from the waiver wire.
Yeah, that's super important. That is where I lack, especially in the leagues that I struggle in, because I see it and then I hear it the next day, and then it's like, I don't know if they're worth all the money, and then they end up being worth all the budget.
For Dynasty, it's pretty easy for me. Like, if there's anybody that needs to be rostered, I'm just blowing my whole load on them. Like,
yeah, Dynasty's different because it's rare that someone's
is available.
Yeah, it's rare that someone's available.
Now, redraft, I always struggle. I always get outbid by like $2, it seems like.
Me too. Yeah, that's where I struggle. I learned this year in the redraft league to just do like $2 more. Do like 52 or 22.
Yeah, never do an even number like 50 or 30 or 10 or whatever it is. You always add a couple dollars here and there or take a couple dollars away so that you can at least be in a different tier than what most people are aiming
until you
for.
realize someone spent like 12 and you put up 52.
Yeah,
that does suck, and it does happen.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Am I really that naive?
Sometimes though, you got to take your chance.
Pay attention to the budget.
If you have the money, you got to spend it.
Because I thought the budget this whole time was $100, but it was really $200, so I should have doubled my bid.
Oh, wow.
I messed up in redraft this year doing that.
I was so confident in my draft. Like, I was never in a position on the waiver wire to need to pick somebody up.
Nice.
So, like, I'm looking at my free agent budget, and I only ended up, like, I still have $86 left.
Dang.
Do you have 100 for the whole year?
I had 100 for the whole year.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, that is great. That's crazy because through the 5 leagues that I'm in, I don't think I have a single fab left out of all of them.
Who was the waiver wire darling this year? Not Dynasty, but like redraft.
I
Michael
don't know.
Wilson?
Yeah, probably Michael Wilson.
He was solid. I guess Trevor Lawrence too.
Because there was a bunch of guys that did really good off of the waiver wire, but not people that you would start every week.
Yeah.
Drake May was probably drafted.
Yeah. I was thinking like Puka and Kyron a couple years ago. I know Kyron pretty much won John a championship by himself.
That's also your fault, right?
Yeah, I was a year too early on Kyron.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I see you trend with you, Raymond.
Outside of waiver wire darlings, who or what was your biggest surprise this year?
Go ahead, JD.
I thought a big surprise to me was Marv Jr. flopping. I was kind of surprised. I was looking at my team earlier this week, and I was like, oh man, if Marv was like healthy, I wouldn't be in certain situations. Or like, I only lost 4 games throughout the year, but I felt like in those 4 games that I lost, it was like because I didn't have someone like Marv be able to step up, because I was super happy with the rest of my team. So like that was something that was like kind of surprising to me.
My Dynasty team thinks the same way. That bomb. Though I think the biggest surprise, I've already hit on it, was how well Michael Wilson did down the stretch into the fantasy football playoffs. I mean, they don't have, with Kyler being out, Marv's not playing. It's like, what do they have to play for? And this man just put up points week after week after week.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's probably real quick before we get yours, Raymond. That's probably the waiver wire darling of the year is
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, wow.
Because when he came in week 6 or week 7, something like that, he was like a top 10 quarterback every single week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do
And
remember
also
us talking about
he
him.
just amplified McBride too.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely skyrocketed McBride, which
Insane.
we'll talk about here in
Nuts.
just a few minutes. But Raymond, who was your big surprise for the year, or what? I mean, if you have something
Oh,
else that's a surprise.
It's a person. I'd say Glock Purdy. Like
Mm.
you can ask CJ, and you heard it back a couple years ago. I was a big hater. I didn't think he was all that. But
Raymond was the biggest Brock Purdy hater.
This man has 13 touchdowns over the past 3 games. And I traded my first round pick for him this year in Dynasty because like I might as well, like, if I'm aiming to pick 12, is there anybody I'd rather have over Brock Purdy?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Super flexed. So I got a really good deal on him, I felt like. So
Not only that, but those 13 touchdowns, these last 5, outside of CMC, he's throwing to nobody. And I've said this all year. Pearsall was back this week, and
he didn't catch one.
Yeah, I mean, he made an impact on the game. He had targets, but
he loves the
dude's
tight
out
end.
there balling out with nobody else on the field. It's incredible to see.
Yeah,
I know I can see the future, and I'm sure we'll talk about it in the offseason. They're going to draft one of the Ohio State receivers, and dude's just going to go nuts.
Hopefully, yeah. They need a big body. Maybe they'll get my goat Kyle Pitts.
Well, that would be
my God, what a great
That'd be disgusting. I think he'd thrive in that offense.
George Kittle and Kyle Pitts running
then they
side
could
by
have 2
side.
Florida boys.
Yeah, Pearsall too.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt? Who's your surprise of the year?
So I have a couple. They all seem to be receivers for whatever reason. Just because whenever I went to go, I was looking at something to talk about this week as far as like the top of the top in every position. And I scrolled down just a little bit, man. And Stephon Diggs was number 14 on the year.
Brother, he's cooked. He's done.
He's James Cook.
The last time you'll ever hear his name.
What happened? I don't.
He's so bad he got his brother cut.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Well, he was number 14 on the year. I was surprised by that. Our favorite, which I was told that I'm saying his name wrong, but Raymond's got us on it. Wan'Dale Robinson was the number 11 receiver on the year, which is nuts. But my biggest surprise, mainly because I didn't expect him to perform so well with such a good receiver on the other side, was Davante Adams. I mean, he finished as a number 8, even though he was out this past week, I think 2 weeks actually, but finished as number 8 on the year. That was super surprising to me. I didn't expect him to be that good. I obviously know how good Davante Adams is. I just expected Puka to take away from him, and really, I think they amplified each other. So that was my biggest surprise of the year.
I totally agree. I think I recall Sean McVay saying that he wanted Davante. Like he had a game plan to amplify Puka, and that he knew if he could get him, that he'd be the red zone threat.
Right.
I drafted Davante. You called me an idiot, but I agree. I still can't believe how well he did this entire season.
Yeah,
I thought it was surely going to fall off, but it never did.
I truly don't even remember who was around when you drafted Davante, but I know for a fact that
sure
Davante did better than them.
Yeah.
No shot. No shot that somebody else was there that couldn't, or that could have been better.
No, like in the moment type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But looking back, obviously.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Give me 2 seconds.
I do have an honorable a mention since Raymond's looking that up. Chris Olave, talking about the Saints. I think he finished number 9, number 8 on the season. He didn't get a concussion all season. Like that alone is a win.
So the only person relevant behind Davante was Tyrell McMillan. Other than that, it was Pacheco, DJ Moore, Devontae Smith, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, Montgomery, Ridley, Pickens. Pickens obviously was right, but that was almost a whole round later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking
Yeah.
Tay over all of them.
Yeah, so I mean, you did incredible. Obviously, you drafted him off of namesake, and it worked out for you. I was just confused, man. I really didn't think that they would. When you think about it, when you look at Matthew Stafford's career, he's always been the guy throwing to an incredible wide receiver season. But I don't think we've ever seen him have two incredible wide receiver seasons, like at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was like kind of in my surprised category. He definitely fit in there. But this week, championship week, was nuts. We had 5 people this week go over 30 points.
Wow.
That's crazy. Shout out Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick
Everybody
Henry.
thinks he's old and has
Yes.
just absolutely crapped on him all season.
So
And the game you need him the most, he comes through.
I've got 2 things about Derrick Henry. One, this week he went out with a bang, had 216 yards and 4 touchdowns for 45 points.
That's incredible.
Jeez.
Probably actually meant nothing because I highly doubt anybody who had him on their team was in the championship just because of other weeks. But I think we talked about it one time where CJ said that Derrick Henry had an atrocious year, and he finished with 1,470 yards and 16 touchdowns.
And they don't use him,
And
bro.
it truly feels like they don't use him most of the time.
Imagine if they actually was a true run-first offense like they should be. Man would have over 2K.
Yeah, he would. But I think it's like, in my opinion, I kind of think it's done by intention to
I
not.
think so, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I think it's the smartest thing you could do because if you're thinking about longevity of how you could actually use him, I think I'd rather have a Derrick Henry at 80% that lasts me 2 or 3 more years than at 100% to literally finish with the same exact record.
Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, that makes way too much sense, and I do agree with that.
Yeah, he has about 40 less carries this year than he did last year.
How many more points?
Not any more points. He actually has less points. He finished as the number 7 running back this year, and last year he finished as the number 3 running back. But I think the biggest like illusion of Derrick Henry this year of why everybody thought he was bad was because weeks 2 through 5, those 4 games is whenever he had all those fumbles, and he never got over 10 points.
Didn't he get stuffed a couple times too?
Yeah. In those 4 games, he just had a really bad stretch, and then after that, he's feasted all year. I don't think he's gotten less than like 19 points after that.
He's got about 30, 40 less carries than he did last year, same amount of touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's been double-digit touchdowns every year since 2018.
Yeah, and after that lull, Matt, he's scored at least 11 points, or at least 10 points in every other game.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's insane.
Great
he had a crazy back half of the year.
Now I'm drafting him in the back of the first next year.
Well, on to the next one that scored over 30 points. Bijan tore his way through the Rams and my asshole as he ran for 195 yards and he had 34 receiving and 2 touchdowns on top of that for 39 points this week.
I think you're the only one on this that didn't have Bijan yesterday. And
correct. And
you're the only one without a championship.
Yeah, that's a great statement, CJ.
We might all be in agreement then. Bijan's the best running back in the league, right?
Yeah. People are going to argue CMC.
Yeah, I mean CMC had a better year.
CMC is more of a weapon. Like I'm just talking like pure running back.
Oh yeah, 100%. Bijan Robinson.
CMC can do it all. Like he's a G code.
I still feel like people are going to argue CMC with that.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, possibly, but
I'm Team Bijan. Bro, but I don't understand. Why don't they just do that all year? And it's against the Rams defense, and we were all like, the Rams defense is super tough.
I think that's why
they're playing at home too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why it hurt the most. Raymond like lulled me into like a false sense of hope. Kept talking about how good the Rams defense was, and
they are
yada yada yada.
So I know they're different running backs. Bijan's better than Gibbs, but
brother, he put up 229 yards against this defense. I don't want to hear shit about this defense ever again.
229 yards.
That's wild. I also feel like when you get this late into the season, you have way more proof of what a defense does, and you can scheme a whole lot better. So it's like, obviously, the teams you see at the end of the year are totally different teams than you see at the beginning of the year. So I think it kind of works both ways. Like, I think both statements can be true. The defense is still good, but who's scheming up the plays?
Well, not to get too much into the team aspect of things, but also for whatever reason, the Falcons are just the best team in the NFL when it doesn't matter for them. So that's also part of it.
And the
I don't know
Saints.
why, but
Dolphins
the Saints
smoked
too,
them.
yeah.
Dolphins smoked them, and then they go out and beat the Rams.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
and the Bills.
It makes zero sense. And they
Rigged.
lost to the Jets, by the way.
Yeah. I don't even know. Never mind. That's
Okay, on to the next one. Somebody else that absolutely put the game away for me, or for Raymond against me, was Brock Purdy. He decided to keep doing his thing this week, and he went for 37.9 points. In our Dynasty League, we have a little bit different of scoring, so he went for like 43.9 or something like that. Another 5 touchdown performance. Just absolutely killing everything. What an incredible performance by him.
And he did 2 of them himself. He had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
My man's over there doing some kind of hip-looking dance.
That's the Dougie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know if that's what they still called it.
I feel weird because like
They
every
still
time
called it.
my guy's going off like that, I want more. Like I needed a 6 touchdown, and I feel crazy, but
You are crazy.
What's funny to me too is at the very beginning of that game, I got a text message saying, "GG, yeah, I'm cooked," and "GG, yeah, you are cooked" from CJ and Raymond, because Brock's first throw of the game was an interception returned for a touchdown.
he threw 6 touchdowns or had 6
Yeah,
touchdowns.
Yeah,
Technically,
you're
he
right.
throw
You did
6.
want more. You have more. All right. No, you are correct though. That first play, I thought it was toast. I thought they had the wrong game plan. Like, just like JD was talking about, I thought they schemed against the wrong people. I'm like, oh my God, he's seeing ghost.
Like
And then
that,
he
that
fooled me.
second drive after the pick 2, he just kept throwing it like 2 covered receivers, and they were just catching it. I was like, all right, he's gonna throw another couple picks, but by golly, he did me good.
Yeah, they that was just an entertaining game all the way around,
Brother.
though. That game was by far the best game of the week, in my opinion.
Probably the
And
year.
the Bears looked incredible. It's not like you can sit here and say that one team is just absolutely better than the other. I think it just came down to the wire. Both teams were doing whatever they wanted to, it felt like.
Caleb looked unstoppable.
Yeah, Caleb was throwing absolute dimes to people. It was incredible.
That game was so good. But can we talk about for a minute that division? Unless we're going to talk about it later. One of those teams are getting like the 6th seed.
I think
They're
it's
all
confirmed to
think
be
it's
the
gonna be
Rams now.
Rams. Yeah.
the Rams because that's because they lost. They're getting the 6th seed. That's crazy. That division is so tough. And again, I think the underrated Seahawks, they're the 1st seed, right?
Whoever wins the game this week.
Yeah. Let's listen. I think you go up to if you have to play through Seattle, it's gonna be tough. I think they're underrated.
It's in San Francisco, so San Francisco, like they said it all week, they might not play another away game, even up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
Super Bowl would be
insane.
a home game for them, wouldn't it?
Yep.
It's in Santa
crazy.
Clara. That'd be nuts. Just an
Do you-
interesting little tidbit.
Do y'all believe that the 49ers can get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
They've surprised me
so.
this far. I'm not going to count them out.
Brock and
Who do they have to get
CMC,
through?
Kittle. Their defense is kind of toast. Everybody's hurt, but
It's gonna
Fred
come
Warner's supposed
down
to come
to
back.
is he?
Yeah.
yeah,
If they
he
make the
is,
playoffs.
which would be insane, by the way, if he came back and added to that defense. I think it's gonna come down whoever they face in the first game of the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
because I think if you're not the number 2 seed, you're gonna have to face one of those crazy teams.
I'm looking at next week's games. Next week's games are nuts. We actually have a great set of games on our hands for next week. Tampa
Can't wait.
Bay and Carolina to decide the NFC South. But New Orleans and the Falcons, if the Falcons win, they somehow can disrupt the NFC South if the Bucks win, or Seattle and San
Be a three-way
Francisco,
tie.
Chicago and Detroit. Detroit can do something to Chicago if Detroit wins. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Yeah, next week's games are crazy.
And the Saints would have been right there in it if they just started Shuck all year.
This is true.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Doesn't that
bro.
kind of like make you low-key mad?
Yes.
It does make me very mad, actually.
Because we went from like, oh, we're gonna have the number one pick in the draft to
getting
wow,
shucked
we
tonight.
actually we're actually good with the current roster we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Alvin Kamara could still be playing right now.
Yeah.
And it's potentially Cam Jordan's last year.
Yeah, it
Is
sucks.
it really?
Anyway,
Yeah.
before I get mad, let's get
Yeah,
off of this subject.
Sorry.
Drake May made sure to show his dominance on the Jets and threw for 5 touchdowns and had 32 points.
Yeah, Raymond, you hear that? Drake May.
I don't
Is
care.
the
I got
name-
Purdy, dog.
Name of the future, brother. That man. Listen, and I'm sure we'll talk about it in a minute. I'm saying it now. MVP. He's my MVP.
It's good. Keep that in the container, because I do have that question coming up for you. I mean, did y'all expect anything else? They were going against the Jets.
No.
Mm-mm.
So this is exactly the kind of performance I expected out of Drake May, but this man is just absolutely going nuts this year.
I mean,
and he's thrown
do
for
we-
over 4,000 yards now.
What? Okay, never mind. I retract what I was going to say, but I feel like he's only gotten better as the season's gone on. Like he started out strong, and then like everybody's like, oh, it's just like Drake May, and he's done what he's was supposed to be doing, and continuing what he's been doing in college. But I feel like that offense, that system that they run, just fits him perfectly. I feel like whenever I watch him, it's just effortless. Like he's not having to think. Like he just goes to his different, to the different routes and just brings people wide open or gets it. Like one of the throws I saw yesterday was like such a missile. I couldn't believe he made the throw. It was incredible. I'm so impressed. And I hate it because like Raymond, I was the biggest Drake May hater because I think Mac Jones is better. But
Yeah.
he
Well, I
changed
mean,
my mind.
it also kind of makes me think about Josh McDaniels
Mhm.
and like when he was an OC, before he left for
Right.
the Raiders, and then now he's back in New England, and he had Tom Brady when he was in New England, and you think it's like, oh, it's a Josh McDaniels offense. That's what my mind goes to. It's like I'm not surprised, and then I just think like when Bill Belichick was in New England and that whole debacle with Mac Jones up there, it's like that's what I think about. I think about, wow, that literally should be Mac Jones, because I think Mac Jones is a leader, and it's like, well, Drake May is just like, kind of the same thing. It's just Drake May was there, and he has the opportunity, and he's balling, and it is what it is.
It's just so upsetting that it's like the Patriots, right? And I know Raymond feels that way. It's like we've seen this before. Like we know how this story ends. But to your point, I think the OC is a great OC. I don't think he's a great head coach. I think if he
Mhm.
stays as a coordinator and doesn't leave again, I think they can do some nasty things.
Yeah.
Dude, their running backs are good.
Yeah, I'm a big Drake May fan. The only thing that they need is a good receiver, especially after y'all was talking about Diggs. That's not
Look it
hearing
up,
about.
brother.
Yeah, I
think
gotta
he's toast.
I gotta go look it up.
Do your own research. I ain't saying it out loud.
Okay, sounds good. I wanted to bring this up real quick because I don't want to talk too much about MVP, because I am going to ask later who you think the MVP is. Just something to think about before we get to that topic. We were all saying last night that Matthew Stafford deserves to be ripped of the MVP, but he's thrown for 200 more yards than Drake May, and he's thrown for 12 more touchdowns than Drake May with the same 8 interceptions as Drake May. So just think about that. I know that obviously the record is better over on the Patriots side now, But they've thrown the same amount of interceptions, and Matthew Stafford has thrown more yards and 12 more touchdowns. So
See, like,
something
I
to
don't
think
feel
about.
like it should be a question. My mind goes back to like Drake May's the shiny new toy. It's like, how many times have you heard or seen Matt Stafford be this good and play this good? Like, no one is surprised that Matt Stafford is doing Matt Stafford things, but people are so shocked that Drake May is doing Drake May things. And it's like, oh, this is like the first year they're good since Tom Brady has left. And I think the little bit of nostalgia, the little bit of the story feels and sounds so much better than what Matt Stafford has done. But when like you put it on paper, it's like it shouldn't even be a debate.
Yeah, the only reason I bring this up is because we've seen Matt Stafford play really well. We've never seen Matt Stafford play at this level.
Yeah.
Like he's 100% doing way better than he's ever done before. He's never had a year where he's thrown less than 10 interceptions. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like this is just absolutely wild for Matt Stafford's statistics.
I know what Raymond's going to say, and he's going to agree with JD about Matthew Stafford having a better year than Drake May. Matt just threw out some stats. He's got like a jillion more touchdowns with the same amount of interceptions. But I like the shiny new toy. Listen, it's a story. You can run with it. We've seen this, like you said, from JD. We've seen this from Stafford. We expect it. But I'm all bored of the shiny new toy. Give me Drake May for the MVP. He's doing it like we should expect that from Stafford. He's got the weapons. He's got the running backs. He's got the tight ends. He's got the all-around team. We'd be having a different conversation if he didn't put up these numbers. Drake May, they have okay running backs that fumble and a rookie running back. They have Stephon Diggs and some other people and Hunter Henry at tight end, but they don't have the big names. So I think it's more impressive what Drake May's doing with a little bit less tier people versus what we expect and should expect from Matthew Stafford.
It's pretty much my worst nightmare. He's a better Josh Allen.
I think I do think that if he gets his legs under him and starts abusing that a little bit more, that he will be a better Josh Allen for sure.
Josh Allen's second year doesn't even come close to Drake May's second year.
Well, yeah, but I think
depressing,
Josh
dude.
Allen still kind of sucked in his second year for the most part.
Exactly. Like he's just so ahead of schedule. It's ridiculous. I mean, Josh Allen, his second year was quarterback 8 on the year.
Yeah, but he had 1,000 less yards throwing, but he only had like 4 less touchdowns or 5 less touchdowns. So it's not like he's super far off, but Josh Allen still kind of sucked as a passer in year 2, where year 3 is whenever he took that huge leap forward.
Yeah, that's what he got Stephon Diggs, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I see a common denominator in all this.
Well, let's move on to our last guy here that scored over 30 points this week, because who knows, he may be going somewhere next year or may take over next year. Malik Willis had a wild day against Baltimore, even though they lost. He had a passing touchdown and 2 rushing touchdowns for 30.5 points.
That sounds like a Miami Dolphins big old fat contract coming his way.
That's Malik Willis. You are a New York Jet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could definitely
seriously.
see that.
But I mean, I said it in the group chat the other day. It's kind of weird about how 5 years into Aaron Rodgers' career, Matt Flynn comes on the scene. Those 6 touchdowns, I think it was the last game of the season, massive contract from Seattle. Malik Willis, it's a little bit different situation just because of the injury, but he balled out. Is it going to happen 5 years into Jordan Love's career?
I think it's clear Jordan Love is the truth in Green Bay, but I think Malik Willis has earned him some more money on another team.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is wherever Malik Willis goes, if they draft the quarterback in the 3rd round, that's the next Russell Wilson.
That would be very interesting to see, to say the least. I'm not putting too much into this. I think he just did everything he had to do.
I'm going to call my shot. It's going to be Garrett Nussmeier.
Okay. And what
Interesting.
team? What team? Go ahead, throw that out there too.
The Raiders.
Miami Dolphins.
The
The
Raiders.
Raiders.
The Raiders sound like a great team to pick someone like him just for him to.
Yep.
I could see the Raiders picking up Malik Willis too.
You know
if
what the other
that's
common
even on the
denominator in
table.
this that I just realized?
What's that?
Pete Carroll.
He's getting fired.
You think so?
No,
I-
I don't think he's gonna get
I
fired.
saw a report right before I hopped on that they're firing him after the game Sunday.
What?
If they
Yeah.
do, I'll be shocked.
Chip,
Yeah,
I
that'd
think Chip
be kinda
Kelly did
crazy.
him wrong. Like I don't
Yeah.
like you can't say like I mean, you can say Pete Carroll's the reason, but it's like when you're Pete Carroll, like you give the keys to someone like Chip Kelly, who's a proven OC.
Yep.
Like I think that's just like that's a tough one for Pete, and you take it on the chin and you move forward. But to be like, hey, we're gonna jump ship and find somebody else, it's like
Who
not
else is
saying
out
who you
there?
gonna find, but it's like who you gonna find. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like after like Kellen Moore, Ben Johnson, all these other coaches, these like top OCs get poached to be head coaches. I mean, I know there's somebody out there, but it's just like I'm one to say let's give Pete Carroll a second chance, but hey, let's make sure it's not, Chip Kelly or someone like that.
He signed at Northwestern as the OC today, by the way.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Chip
Interesting.
Kelly?
Yeah.
What a demotion.
What a fall from grace
He
from
probably
that
got
man.
$11 million. It's fine.
Yeah.
God.
He's
I
probably
agree
getting
with
paid
you,
a fuck
though.
ton of money though.
To do nothing at Northwestern.
I hope they don't move on from Pete Carroll, even though he's like 98 years old. Because I agree. I don't think it was Pete Carroll's fault. But
Well,
I
they've done
think,
better since Chip Kelly's gone, right?
I don't know if I'd say better.
I think Genty's
I mean,
kind of to taking
he's
that
gone.
leap.
He got better after Chip
But
Kelly
that's-
left.
Yeah. But it's I don't know who would be better, like you had said, as a head coach. I think it's
Well,
easier to replace an
It
OC.
literally makes me think about this is not like apples to apples, but it's like the Arthur Smith situation.
I think if they fire Pete Carroll, it's because of the Geno acquisition.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
I could see that.
Mm-mm.
No,
It-
that makes sense.
Yeah, that
It
checks.
was, and
Smart.
he ended up flopping.
Smart.
But
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
reports that are coming out from what Chip Kelly has done with his short tenure in Vegas is crazy.
It's like very Jamarcus Russell vibes.
Very, very Raiders vibes. Just-
Raiders vibes.
Yeah. Which back to it though. I mean, it's a perfect example of them trying to save Pete Carroll's career, going
Yeah.
to sign a Malik Willis, and then him just flopping as well. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the most Raiders thing I've ever seen.
I could
Yeah.
totally see that happening. Well, let's talk about the top 5 in all the positions here. Let's run through them and see. Let's see who you're going to be drafting next year. Who you think that your top picks are going to look like, or if you're trying to stay far away from them. We'll start with quarterbacks. Top 5, we have Josh Allen as number 1, Drake May as number 2, Matthew Stafford at 3. Yeah, I know that's gonna hurt Raymond. And Trevor Lawrence at 4, and Dak Prescott at 5. Any surprises there?
Trevor.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence being in the
Yeah.
top 5 is wild.
Drake May. I mean, nobody expected that.
Your face.
What?
I mean,
You
Your
sound so sad,
cadence.
Raymond. I'm so sorry.
Brother, like, I care more about this than most people. But like, dude,
Yes, you do.
like, why do I gotta suffer?
Bo Nix, I'll give credit where credit's due. Bo Nix is just outside the top 5 at number 6,
Thank you
which
for
is
that.
surprising to me. But he's thrown 11 picks on the year. He's still dog shit.
I think the most surprising to me is Trevor, because the first month and a half of the season, his receivers couldn't catch a ball.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Jacoby
he
Myers
couldn't-
is a goat, apparently.
New head coach too. I mean,
Yeah,
like
they-
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's
with
what
Liam Cohen.
everybody hopes.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was also a bottom 3 quarterback. I really have no clue.
No,
Yeah.
I think he
That's
will
just
be
been his whole
because of
career.
Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
Cohen. That's
Yeah.
the only reason. Like
I
he
mean,
was.
Yeah, I think he's
I'd take him
somebody I
over
keep
all
my
those
eye
other
on.
guys.
Oh,
next
for
year.
sure. For sure. I agree with you 100%. And I do think that Liam Cohen has a lot to do with that. Just names that aren't in there that are surprising to me is like Jalen Hurts. You expect him to be one, especially with his rushing
Yeah.
upside and stuff like that.
Lamar.
Lamar, not
Mhm.
even close. He's the number 21 on the year.
Joe Burrow,
Yep.
His injury hurt him.
Joey B's not in there.
Baker.
Yeah, Baker's not even close either. He's number 12. So yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence is a huge one, especially because a lot just like what Raymond said just now. He could be bottom 3 next year, and Raymond wouldn't know. But that's because we've had that like range of Trevor Lawrence where I think his second year in the league he did very good, and then just completely fell off after that. And now and finally he's back in it in the driver's seat at number 4. So I expect him to be there again next year. We'll see how it plays out with the Jaguars. Maybe they get a teach a receiver how to catch a ball.
Yeah. I mean, and then they signed Jacoby Myers for 3 years, like Raymond was saying.
That was
Like,
kind of surprising.
It's so that organization is.
That's
so
where it
confusing.
goes back.
Yeah, but to be fair, we're surprised by the acquisition of Jacoby Myers, but I think he's like one of the reasons that Trevor Lawrence propelled forward because he was the only one that could catch a damn ball once he got there. So
Yeah,
which is crazy because he wanted out of Vegas before the season started. I'm surprised that it took as long as it did. So, but that's kind of Trevor Lawrence's career though, because he was such a high profile athlete coming into college, and then obviously what he did at Clemson is insane.
Yeah,
I'll never forget the game-winning touchdown he threw with the pick play to Hunter Renfrow to beat Alabama. But anyways, that's beside the point. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he's had a new coach / coordinator
3 out of 5 years.
Yeah, like probably his whole NFL career. I mean, I think the couple years that what's his name was there.
Urban?
No, the other guy, the Eagles guy,
Doug Peterson.
Oh yeah,
Peterson.
Peterson.
But outside of that, I would think it's been someone new every year. So it's like tough to like really judge him. Like, is it truly Trevor that's been struggling, or is it just the offense that these?
No,
other
I think it's
running?
the system that hurt him more than him as a player.
Yeah, I do too.
Because if you
well, let's see if we find any big surprises in the next category here for running backs. All of these names seem like they should have been there to me. We've got CMC number 1, Bijan 2, JT 3, Jahmyr Gibbs number 4, and Devon Achane number 5.
Is Bijan going 101?
It's still like to me.
you have to.
I want to let you know that Christian McCaffrey is the number 1 running back by 43 points.
Yeah, but April's going to come around.
Bijan over CMC.
And we're going to talk about how old CMC is, and people are going to be too scared to draft him.
Yeah, but that's what everybody did this year. You don't think people are going to learn from this year?
I think Bijan's the shiny new toy JD's talking about. I'm taking Bijan 101 if I have it.
We act like Bijan hasn't been good his entire career, by the way. Bijan has finished number 9, number 3, and number 2.
As a
so
Bijan,
number 9 with Arthur Smith?
Yes.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
That might be guilty territory, but
yeah.
But yeah, 101, I'm taking CMC still. Like,
no,
it's not even a question.
Yeah, I don't see how you can't take CMC still.
I don't think you do.
The only reason you don't is because you're trying to predict the injury, and you can't really do that.
I will
either that or you predict that Bijan has only gone up his entire career, so next year he should be number 1. So
just in case people do, they use his age because the running back age. I think the magic
it's like 3
when they
years
fall off is like 27 or something, and then they're all past that. Kamara did that this year. He fell off. He's at the running back age.
I will say the only reason that Bijan is not over Christian McCaffrey is for 2 reasons. One, Christian McCaffrey has 20 more receptions than Bijan Robinson, and he also has 6 more touchdowns total than Bijan Robinson. So that's a big thing. If Bijan can get those categories up a little bit more, he'll be good. Bijan had 2,200 yards on the year. For the fantasy year, obviously, there's still one more week for everybody. Christian McCaffrey, scrimmage yards, has gone over 2,000 yards again. So at 29 years old, 2,000 yards from scrimmage is insane. Who just went for over 2,000 yards. Yes, I mean, it makes sense. The stats are there.
The only time he's played a full season and not finished running back 2 or better is his rookie year. So as long as he's healthy, you're getting a guaranteed RB2.
Yeah, it's a stretch.
I'm on your side, JD.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
also
CMC has scored 140 more points than Derrick Henry this year, by the way. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah, but the value you would get Derrick Henry at would justify the points difference.
It's really just how risky you want to play it. Like,
2 rounds,
taking a
maybe.
risk with CMC.
Derrick Henry is not making it past the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather spend my first round pick on someone who scores almost 10 points more per game.
If you get a full,
what if he's hurt?
If you get a full 16 games from CMC, just healthy, you're getting to at least the 2nd round of the playoff.
Okay, let's assume he's.
Well, then of course not. But you can't assume that.
Yeah.
Well, that's my point. Is
That's
like
how
I
I'd
would
go
rather
into it.
not.
Yep.
Like
100%.
I think when you look
I
at
can
the
agree
two,
with
you
that.
look.
Oh, y'all are crazy.
Way I look at it is, if you're not first, you're last. Give me CMC.
Yeah, give me CMC, brother. It's just I feel like we're having a crazy discussion right now. We will agree to disagree on this one because that's insane. Let's move on to these receivers here. Puka Nacua, number 1, no surprise to me there. JSN, number 2. Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 3. Jamar Chase made it to number 4, and George Pickens, number 5. And I want to give a shout out because you said, CJ, that Chris Olave had a good year. He finished as number 6 on the year, not number 9.
Oh, that's
Amon-Ra has been wide receiver 3 years in a row.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking consistent.
there was a surprise on that list. No JJ, and George Pickens for me.
Yeah, George Pickens is a huge one. I think it's just because of whenever CD was out, he absolutely ate everything up.
Yeah.
And then like 2 games, whenever CD came back, he still had like 40-point games.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
Whenever CD first came back, he had that like 40-point game.
Yeah. But he slowed down quite a bit towards the end of the year here. He did have 26 points against you're not wrong. The entire team slowed down. I think the biggest surprise to me is Jamar Chase, man. I didn't think he was going to end up making it in the top 5 this year. I thought he was going to end up being right out of it just because of the injury to Joe Burrow, but he kept it up, man, and he's number 4 on the year. That's pretty surprising to me. Obviously, I think he should be there, but it's surprising that he made it because of the team circumstances.
Are they ever going to turn it around? Like
No. They don't care.
They care.
They ever going to go back to the Super Bowl?
They probably won't make it, but back to the playoffs.
That ship has sailed.
What's crazy to me is that all they care about is money, but if they actually started winning more games, they would make more money.
I mean, in my opinion, they have a top 3 quarterback, top 2 wide receiver.
But don't forget about T. I mean, their receiver 2 is just as great. The running back.
Exactly. Running back's decent. Top 10 running back, probably.
Yeah. Won me a fantasy football championship.
Just no defense at all.
No defense.
A guy, and he's not even really playing.
And barely an offensive line.
No, that's why Joe stays hurt.
Like,
yeah.
If you put Joe Burrow on the Rams next year and Stafford retires or
Super
something,
Bowl.
Yeah, they're winning the Super Bowl.
My God, that would be nuts.
Yeah.
Like they would not lose a beat at all.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you though. I think they're chalked unless they sell the team, because they have on paper outside of the defense, like on the offense side, like the weapons are there. They just can't draft to rebuild the team or get any big defensive players in free agency. Their best signing's Eli Apple, who's been a bum for. They can go sign Trayvon Diggs. The Cowboys released him. That's a perfect fit. Bunch of bums.
Yeah, that you're not wrong there.
I digress. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We know how you feel about Diggs. All right. Well, last one. This one's full of surprises to me.
Tight ends?
Tight ends.
Okay.
Trey McBride, number 1. No surprise. We all knew that was coming. I guess the biggest surprise there is that between Trey McBride and number 2 is 103 points, which is kind of nuts. Kyle Pitts is number 2.
And he's closer to number 3 than he is to number 1.
By a mile. He's 10 points away from number 3 and 103 points away from number 1.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. No one had scored over 200 points this year in tight ends except Trey McBride, who scored over 300 points, which is nuts. So Trey McBride, number 1, Kyle Pitts, number 2, Travis Kelce, number 3, Harold Fannin, number 4, and Dallas Goedert, number 5. Now, I'm pretty positive this only happened because Jake Ferguson was hurt.
And Brock Bowers.
Well, yeah, Brock
He didn't
Bowers
make the list. Super
yeah, he
surprising.
He was
finished
8.
number 8 on the year, barely playing fucking football. So he
Harold
played 12 games and finished number 8.
Raymond, tell me where Harold Fannin Jr. went to college.
I believe that was Bowling Green.
Oh my God, that's my point. That's my surprise.
Yeah, I'm also surprised that Travis Kelce is actually on this list. I didn't think that he would
Wow.
be on the list.
Why?
He had a
Because of his
couple
age?
stud games though.
Because of his age? Because he's old.
No,
I just
Okay.
fact checked it. It wasn't even Bowling Green.
That's incredible.
it
Right?
Wow.
wasn't Deep Bowling Green.
Elite guess.
No, just because he had gotten worse last year and he did better this year than he did last year. So I just expected him to keep decreasing since he already had a bad year.
Yeah, as we all know, their season is just
Their
went
season
downhill
was
from the start.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that whole list is just a surprise, right? There's no Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
There's no
Dallas
Tucker
Goedert being
Kraft.
on there is crazy.
It was a terrible year for tight ends, I feel like, other than Trey McBride.
That's why I
Dallas
draft tight end
Goedert's-
early every year.
Yep. Dallas Goedert scored as many touchdowns as Trey McBride did, by the way. That's kind of
That's insane. That's super
Because he had to play
surprising.
half the year with little midget man.
This is true. This is true. I don't think that Trey McBride didn't start doing anything until he had a touchdown in week 3, but through the first 5 weeks he only had 1 touchdown, and then after that he had 10 touchdowns. So
I just want to point out, though, this is kind of unrelated to tight ends, but Jake Ferguson, number 4 tight end.
Yeah, we talked about him multiple weeks
George
in a row.
Pickens, number 4 receiver.
Jake Ferguson, by the way, was the number 6 tight end on the year.
My bad.
You might be
Oh.
looking at a different league that has different scoring. So
Probably, either way. Dak Prescott, number 5 quarterback. Like, going forward, cheat code is draft Dak Prescott in like the 8th round every year.
But yeah, because I mean, CD didn't have a great year mainly because he was out a little bit, but he finished number 17 still. So it's not like he was super far off from being a number 1 again.
Like, he might be the most underrated fantasy asset, I feel like.
That's so funny you say that. I've had Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott in a keeper league for like 40 years now in a row. I kept both of them. This year, I let Dak walk. Regret it.
Should have let the other one walk.
Well,
He can't. He tore his ACL.
yeah, I will this year. Have no fear. But I
Almost
was
spit
just
out my
tired of
water.
having both of them on the team. I didn't think Dak
Just
was
needed
gonna
a
do
shiny new
anything.
toy.
I needed a shiny new toy, and that shiny new toy was Jared Goff, and I fully regret it. Not
Oh.
fully,
Yeah.
but it didn't work out like I wanted.
All right. Well, let's move on to the last thing here, which is the MVP and the offensive rookie of the year. Who do y'all have for that?
MVP, Drake May. Offensive rookie of the year, give me our lovable Saints quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw, by the way, I'm glad you brought that up. I thought about saying him. I think I'm going to go with somebody else, but he's number 1 in all rookie quarterbacks in wins. I think touchdowns, completion percentage. The only thing that he's not number 1 in is yards, and he's number 2 in that.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, because he started like
Right.
game 9.
Right.
Now
Well,
I can't
it's
be
crazy.
convinced off of my offensive rookie of the year, but I'll hold steady for now. I want to hear y'all's opinion. Smart.
And we'll,
I agree.
I believe so too. Raymond, who do you have?
I'll give my MVP to Matthew Stafford. I think May deserves it, but it's only his second year. Like, give it to Stafford. He needs one.
He's never had.
Never
he's
had one.
one. Yep.
No, yeah,
Like
Give
Drew
him the
Brees.
MVP. He'll get into the Hall of Fame. I think he's a Hall of Fame either way.
yeah.
Offensive rookie of the year. I really, really wanted it to be Emeka Egbuka, but
Egbuka.
He fell off, bro. Where'd he go?
He
Yeah,
fell
did.
all the way off.
he just vanished. But I like him a lot. But yeah, it's got to be Tyler Shough. Like, I liked him back in Louisville. I know CJ was pissed when y'all drafted him, but it's time to get Shough tonight.
Yeah, listen. I've changed my mind on this man extremely. So I am a big Shough fan going forward, and I kind of want to give him the reins next year to see what he can do. Sorry, CJ, you're by yourself on Drake May as MVP. I'm going Matt
Okay.
Stafford as well. I just think that he's played out of his mind this year. It's his best year ever. And my offensive rookie of the year I wanted to be Shuck, and if he would have started earlier in the season, it probably would have been Shuck. But I think I want to give it to Tetaroa McMillan. I
Yeah.
think that
I
he's
think he's gonna win.
performed extremely well. He finished as the number 15 receiver in fantasy. It's 7 touchdowns on the season. He'll probably, hopefully goes over 1,000 yards next week. He needs 71 yards to do so. And I just think that he's done very, very well in a not so desirable location, even though that they're top of our conference right now or division. Our whole thing sucks, so it doesn't matter if they're at the top or not. I think that he's done extremely well. So McMillan would be my offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Could see that, but I also
That's-
akin it to like the quarterbacks in a much more important position. Like if you go back to 2015, Dak Prescott and Zeke was the RB2 on the year, but Dak still won it for some reason. Like they just
Mhm.
default to the quarterback, just like the MVP.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
think,
that's kind of
it
why
kind of goes back to the Heisman.
Oh, it's CMC. By
Exactly.
The way. Just
So like
hands
that's
down.
kind
I do agree with what Matt's saying that Shuck started too late. But
Yeah.
to your point, though, JD, I do think Tet is a reason Carolina's won so many games. I mean, without him, I don't think they are in contention. I think they're down there with us at 6-10. I mean, he's had such a good rookie year, like a low key, consistent rookie year that he's had 66 receptions with 929 yards. So I think that's a difference maker when their next receiver probably has 300. He's got more, but he's probably got 300 yards.
I'm going to go off of this conversation real quick because you just reminded me of something I wanted to say. There should be some kind of conversation, even though it's totally ridiculous, and I'm only saying this because it's funny, for Garrett Wilson to be the MVP this season.
Oh my God, he's leading the Jets in receiving
he
and hasn't caught a ball since October.
October 12th was the last time he caught a ball, and he leads the Jets in receiving with 395 yards. Nobody has more.
Okay, hold on. This is even
Insane.
crazier. So Tet has 66 receptions on 116 targets at 929 yards. The second place receiver on the Panthers is Jalen Coker, who was hurt or suspended or something all year.
Like all year.
And has 27 receptions at 347 yards.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like if it's not for Tet, the Panthers. Oh, okay, Rico. Obviously, we know Rico Daddle did his thing, but receiving wise, if it's not for Tet, they're cooked, brother. They have no receiver.
Yeah, I agree. All right, boys. Did y'all have anything college related to talk about? I know that none of the games have happened yet, so maybe we skip the college portion again this week and we wait for some drama to happen. But do y'all have anything that y'all need to get off your chest about college before we get out of here?
I think Michigan had a 5-star, 10 out of 10 hire with a head coach. I think Michigan, Ohio State becomes, instant classics all over again. I think they picked the right guy. But as far as playoffs go, I think we covered it last week. None of the lines have changed. Ohio State's still favored 9.5 over Raymond's beloved. But no news is good news. We'll talk about it next week.
Find out tomorrow.
But we'll find out tomorrow. Yep, but
Okay.
Stay tuned.
And as for this week, we will do no bold predictions for next week as we exit the fantasy football season. We will bring this back we will bring back bold predictions for the playoffs. But let's just revel in the fact that the fantasy season is finally over, boys. And remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Give us some fun stuff to put in the Not Advised Fantasy Football League. And I will see you boys next week.
See you later, alligator.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, please follow us on all socials at Not Advised Podcast. Again, this was Not Advised Podcast, the fantasy football podcast based off of vibes and opinions. So if you stay winning off this nonsense we are spitting, we want to split in.